Hi, I'm talking to Homeopath Francine Bork. Hi, Francine, how are you?
Hi, Joanne. I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Wonderful. Francine, can you tell me what is a homeopath?
Well, a homeopath is a person who practices homeopathy, and homeopathy is it's a 200-year-old healing practice that works at the energetic level of the person. We look at the holistic picture of a person, and we try to find a homeopathic remedy that is similar in nature to the disturbances that a person is experiencing, whether it's emotional, mental, or physical.
So what would happen in an initial consultation with you?
My first consultation is approximately 2 hours, and it begins with a conversation. It's all a conversation. It begins with a conversation about what's bothering the person. So if an individual came to me for headache or skin condition or physical ailment, we'll begin with that, but it will take us to other places in their life. Because it's not just the skin or the headache or the toothache or the stomachache. It's what led up to that, and what lifestyle do we lead, and what thought patterns do we have, and emotions that are all surrounding that experience.
When we talk about homeopathy and family dynamics, what is your perspective on that?
It's very important to me because I've seen my greatest work when I work with a family. I mean, if you think about, the relationship of two people, that's very dynamic. And, we start off as two individuals and then we become a new unity. And then we create a child from that. And all the energies of the husband and the wife come down into our children. And when I work with mother, father, and children, I see how it's all interrelated. Very often, knowing the parents, knowing the children, knowing the whole dynamics, it allows me to go to a place much deeper than if I'm just maybe treating a child and I don't have the insight as to the parents as much as I possibly could.
So if I was suffering with a migraine and I came to you to treat my migraine, are you saying that it would be important to see the whole family? Not everybody's sick, but we're talking about family dynamics.
Well, yes, we are talking about family dynamics, but when people come to me, there's a disturbance, and they want to alleviate that disturbance in their life. Very often, it's physical, but more of the time, it's emotional or it's mental. So, if you came to me for a migraine, and perhaps you're a mother and you have several children, and the stress of raising your children is weighing down on you, then yes, it is important for me to see the dynamics and to look at the children and maybe your relationship with your husband. I mean, it's not so much that there are all these other people, it's how you're reacting to the other people, and then how they're reacting to you. So, and then how that whole dynamic fits together. I mean, I've just seen such wonderful work where it starts usually with the mother, and she comes to me for whatever reason, generally with a child or maybe for herself, and we'll work on her and we'll see how she is affecting her children, because mother and child are very connected, even if they're weaned off long after they're not nursing anymore. And then eventually the father or the husband joins in, and then you really get to see the whole picture. And then I can see, is this child more like the father, more like the mother, maybe a combination of both. It's just a wonderful, wonderful way to have healing on the family level.
What would you say to mothers, parents who are wary of homeopathic remedies? They've never tried it before, they're unsure, They think if their child has a runny nose, that the first thing to do should be to go to a pharmacy and get something off the shelf.
The first thing I would say to them is educate, is to look into it and learn more about it. I know that it's an unknown for many people. It was an unknown for me. But 10 years ago, I found it, and it's changed my life drastically. And I'm grateful for it. So I pass it along to others from my own life experience. And I think that it's important that we need to educate ourselves. And if you're comfortable with what you read and what you see, find a homeopath that you are comfortable with. This is also, homeopathy as a practice has the ability to do many great things. But it comes down to the practitioner, and it comes down to the dynamics and to the relationship that a practitioner has with their client. And as good as the best of the homeopaths in the world can be, it's about how we connect. So I would say investigate, educate, and then find somebody that you can work with.
Why do you think homeopathic remedies have become so popular as opposed to the conventional medicines that people have taken in the past?
You're taking me back to when I was first studying, and I asked a question to one of my instructors who was a physician, a doctor who became a homeopath, and I asked him, why did you do this? And he said, because after a very short time as a medical doctor, I found that I could not cure my own children of basic illnesses like asthma. And so I looked for cure. I didn't want just to manage the disease symptoms. I wanted cure. And so that's my answer, is that potentially there's deep healing here, and not just managing symptoms, which conventional medicine is wonderful at. And it's wonderful at diagnosis. But for those of us who have experienced medical conventional treatments, and we've seen that it's just managed the symptoms, I know this is an amazing alternative to just managing our illnesses.
Thank you, Francine. Thank you so much.